Hey, my name is Tom Shellwise with Night Train Pickleball, and today we're going to talk about some skinny singles. Okay, so my demographic that I normally work with is from the 2.0 skill level to the 3.5 skill level. That's a majority of who I work with, and then we could get up into the 4.0 plus. But a lot of what I talk about in these is mainly between the 2.0 skill level to the 3.5 skill level. So just know that that's where I'm focusing most of this, which means a lot of what I talk about is very foundational, very fundamental stuff. So we're not taking the nuances, we're not taking the what if this, what if that. We're just talking about the basic strategy, basic fundamental stuff. So when I talk about this, and it's pretty simple for some of you, just know that that's what how we start, and we build off of that as the skill level grows, and as more skilled player comes in, then we take that foundation and we build on it, right? So that being said, okay, so let's talk about skinny singles. Now, skinny singles normally is played with two players. So we'll set these two players aside. So say this is player one and this player two. They're playing skinny singles. A few things to keep in mind when we play skinny singles. So if this player is over here on, this is side one, and then this is side two, this is where the ball is going to stay, okay? Wherever this player is standing, this is where this player has to keep the ball, and wherever this player is standing, whatever side of the court, that's where this player has to keep the ball. Okay, so that being said, so we're going to have this player as the server and this player as the returner. So when this player serves the ball cross court here, that's what gets the game started. Okay, so before we move on, let's talk about a few things. So this is a two-person drill. It's one of my favorite drills to teach my players as their game is growing, and they come to me and they've been going through keeping the serve deep, keeping the return deep, hitting the third shot drop. They're working on all those things, and they said, well, what kind of modified game can I play to really start putting all these pieces together, but really focus on just my part of the game? This is a great drill to do the skinny singles, because it's probably one of the most underrated drills I see players do. I see them get out there and I see them specifically hit certain drops, but they're not putting themselves in a position to have to actually play a modified game in a way that gives them immediate feedback on that, gives them immediate, like, that worked, that didn't work, I need to work on this a little more. Third shot drops not happening like I can hit it when we're just drilling the third shot, but then in the game I need to make a few adjustments. Maybe my footwork isn't good, maybe my feet aren't set, maybe I'm standing up every time I hit the ball. It gives you immediate feedback, and it's one of the things I love about it. So it works on control of the shots. What I mean by that is, so if you're on this side of the court, you're having to hit everything over here. It really focuses on, can you actually hit this part of the court? Or are you one of those who just hits the ball and it goes wherever on the other side, right? This really starts dialing in your game. A few things, so it works on specific sides of the court. So like here, if I'm playing here, it focuses me to keep the ball here, keep it here. And then if my player is over here, it really focuses for me to keep the ball on one side or the other of the court. And then it forces you to play both sides. So if you win the rally here, then you would move over, and now you're playing from this side of the court. Okay, so it forces you to play on both sides. Again, the thing I like about it is it gives you real-time feedback. Okay, a couple things to keep in mind is you have to play like there's a player here. This player has to play like there is a player here, so they can't come all the way over here and try to hit a ball through here to this corner for a winner. We have to play like there's a player here. Same thing with this player here. He has to play like there's a player here. So we can't, again, come over here and hit a shot. Now, the only thing I would say is maybe a lob, but a lob isn't something we should rely on. But hitting a ball from here through here for a winner, again, hitting through here, we got to play like there's a player here that's just going to sit on that ball and put it away. Okay, so those are the few things that we have to keep in mind when we're playing this game. Okay, So another reason I like this game is with only 2 players, there's less noise. What do I mean by that? That means because there's not player 2 and player 4 here, we don't have to focus on what these other players are doing. We're really just focused on my side of the court, but since you're the only one on the court, there's not other things happening. Am I moving properly with my partner? Am I covering their shot? None of that. It's fully on you. Every ball is going to come back. So only half the court, right? Know that every ball is coming back to you or your side only. So you don't have to focus on, well, what if it hits over to here, right? And then you make adjustments each rally. So each rally, you get to make the adjustment knowing that the ball is going to come to you every shot after the serve, after the return, whatever you're hitting, the ball is coming back to your side. So whatever happens real time is on you. And that's one of the things that I really like about it. And one of the things that, initially when you start playing, you're like, oh my gosh, this is, you see a ball go through and you're like, well, I can't blame anybody. That was mine. And it's true. It was yours, right? So now but the good thing is you can take that and now get immediate feedback and go, okay, if I hit this shot here, I should be sliding this way. Or if I hit this shot, then, I've left myself wide open. So a couple things to think about, right? So here we go. So this player here is serving the ball. So this is the server, this is the returner of the ball. The player serves. Now when we serve, right, we can still hit here, we can still hit here, and the ball will probably cross right there, which is fine because this player can't hit the ball on the serve anyway, right? So this player serves the ball from here to here. Very important. You know that this is the only player going to be hitting the ball, so it's the only player you should be focusing on. So we should be focusing on that our serve is deep, right? We should be trying to get this ball as close to serve, as close to the baseline as possible, forcing this player to back up. And then this player should be focusing on getting the return as close to the baseline as possible, right? We're trying to keep each player back. So that if you're the return player, you should be trying to keep that ball close to the baseline to get feedback from this player, what this player does. And then if you're the server, you should be trying to keep this player back with your serve, right? So that's the first thing. And then say this player is the serve, this player is the server, so this player hits the return deep and gets to the line. Now this player should be trying to get to the line here. We should be trying to win the rally back here. We should be trying to drop the ball. Third shot drop. Well, let's be honest, we're not dropping right to him. So we're probably going to be trying to drop over here, right? Player to move, and then we're getting to the line, right? Now we're at the line, and now we can start focusing on forcing short game. This is a great way because it's more of a controlled environment to really start forcing this player to move back and forth, trying to implement strategy, trying to implement patterns, okay, and start forcing this player, because when you're here and you only have to have the court and you can't hit more than through here, it really forces you to have to be, you're going to realize real quick that you driving the ball through here is not going to work, okay? Or if you're right here and here, you start driving the ball that close, it's not going to work, okay? That ball's coming back. So you have to start learning to have to do something different, which is I'm going to start utilizing all of this no volley zone on this side. I'm going to start trying to move this player out of the way so I can create a hole and try to put the ball through, all right? So that is basics of skinny singles. Serve, return, we're keeping it in our quadrant or our side of the court, whatever side that person's on. Okay, so here let me throw a little bonus in on you. So say this player serves, wins the rally, they score, right? So now that player means that they would come over here and serve from this side. Well, I know there are players who play the skinny singles where now they're in this side. This player is going to stay here. They're going to serve across and they're going to play straight up. I like to throw in a little bit of a different, just throw in a little different because we want it to be like, I want it to be realistic to the game. I want it to stay true. Like we're never going to serve the ball straight ahead. So what I would actually have this player come back over and say, I'm serving this way, but I'm playing here. Okay, so I'm serving from here. I'm going to serve here, but I'm playing here. Okay, so he's going to serve cross court, and then what happens is this player is going to slide over now. Now this player has to return to this side of the court. So the player's got to return to this side of the court. The player's going to return here. Even though this player served here, he's playing over here, going to return straight ahead, and now they're going to play. Okay? So as a little bonus, part of the reason why I do that is start helping players learn to start stacking, right? So if this player is over here, we want to keep this player here and this player here, but they score. This player would come over and serve, and as soon as he served, he'd be sliding over, and this player would slide back in position, right? So what we call stacking here. So this is the server, this is the player we want to stay on the right side, but this is the server serving from the right side. So as soon as he serves, right, the rule is as long as he serves from the right position on the court, he can play anywhere. So after he serves, he has the ability to move over and play here and play the rally out, right? So it's the same principle here. This player is going to serve from this side, but he's going to play on this side. And this player is going to receive here, but he's going to return the ball here, right? They're going to return here. Because as soon as this player serves, they're going to slide over, right? So in this case, this player, because they won the rally, it is 1-0, right? They won the rally, so that means they'd be playing over here on the left side, so they'd slide over and they play, okay? Now say this player loses the rally. Now they're on this side. They have 1, this player has 0. Okay, we'll do it this way. Let me grab this screen. So this player now has 1 and this player has 0. Okay, so now again, we do not want this player to serve straight ahead. So this player would actually slide over, serve from here. They're going to serve from here, but they're going to play here, okay? And this player is going to return the ball right there. So this player is actually going to return. So even though they receive the serve is going to go across court. This player is going to slide over, and they're going to play straight up, okay? So that is a little addition that I make to the game. Initially, it's a little confusing, but once you start getting it down, once these players start getting it down, then it makes it easy. Then later down the road, when I start talking about stacking, it actually makes a lot more sense to them because they've already used to serving from one side and playing the other side. All right, so say this player wins the rally then. Now this player has 1, and now they're going to slide over. Because they're cross court, they'll go ahead and serve again, but now they're playing here and they're playing here, right? So that's how we would get the game going. And if this player won again, they would slide over. Now they've got 2. But what would happen is, again, they would come over here and serve, right? They would serve here. But as soon as they serve, they would slide over and they would be playing straight ahead, okay? So you see this player's on the left side because he has 1. Every player is going to start on the right side. So we know that if we slide over to the left, we have to have an odd number. So these are all even numbers, and these are all odd numbers, right? So they're going to start out 0, 0. And then if he scores, he knows he's going to be over here as 1. And if they score again, they know they have 2. And then if we come back over here, we know we have 3. And come back over here, we know we have 4. So it's a good way to keep up with. If you're on the left side, you know you have an odd number. And if you're on the right side, you know you have an even number. Okay? But you're always going to serve cross court. So even if you have 1, 3, 2, you're going to come over here and you're going to serve from here, but you're going to slide over and play in the side that represents the number that you have, the score you have. Okay? All right, so that is going to be a little quicker video today, but it is the skinny singles. There's so much more I could talk about on this drill, but I just want to give you a really simple, really quick hey, what can I do if it's just two of us? You can play some skinny singles and really start working on getting feedback on your shots. You know, the very first few things that I see happen when I get a few players to play, because, you know, here's the thing. We get to drilling, and all of a sudden these players, their skill set starts getting better. Their serves start going deeper, their returns start getting deeper, they start hitting a higher percentage of their third shot drop, and then they get into the game and all of a sudden like 70% of it goes out the door. Now this player's serving and getting a return, and then this player just starts driving the ball from the transition zone or from no man's land. So just starts driving the ball, and this player just keeps winning the rally, and this player never gets to the line. They never get to the line. And so this is immediate feedback. This lets you know, like, this is what I actually do in a game. So it really gives you some tough, initially probably some tough feedback to swallow. But as you start seeing it, then you can start making the adjustment. Okay, well, maybe I need to drive the first one and then start dropping the next ones and getting to the line. Or maybe I'm dropping straight to the player every time. Maybe I need to start working on dropping around the player, forcing them to have to move, which when they're moving to get the ball gives me a better chance to get to the line, right? So again, probably the biggest thing is just it gives you immediate feedback on what's working, what's not working so well, and what to focus on when you come back to drilling, okay? So yeah, so I hope that makes sense. Thomas Shelowise, Night Train Pickleball. If you have any drills or anything you would like to see broken down on the whiteboard, please put it in the comments. Please let us know. We'd be happy to do it and to tag you when we do it, so we let you know and you can check it out. All right? Again, Tom Shelowise, Night Train Pickleball. We'll see you in the next Whiteboard Wednesday.